and a warm welcome to this Scratch Levels webinar. And majority of guys are my part of my Scratch community, and so I don't need to have a special introduction for them, but there are a few external guys as well. To give you some introduction, guys, my name is Srikanth Adagiri, and I'm into markets for the last 20 plus years, apparently into different schemes, but last several years, into 5-6 years into full-time trading. So what we do is, what I typically do is we trade both the indices as well as the primarily into FNO segment, the stocks and indices as well. I have been sharing this, specially defined or derived index levels for both Nifty and Bank Nifty for more than a year and a half now, but apparently more precisely since April 2020, almost a year now, just about a year now, which I publish them on public domains like Twitter, as well as the index Telegram groups that we have separately, where we have, I do share them there. So idea of this is to talk about what these levels are for others' illustration, how they work during the market conditions, during the live market times, and eventually how you can actually trade them, how you can actually trade these levels during the live markets. Okay, the whole idea of this is to present a scenario where majority of you guys can understand and have a better and approached idea about how you can make use of these levels in a day-to-day basis trading indices. Okay, right? As you know that indices provide a direction for the entire market for that specific day. The majority of the other things will actually more or less move from the indices, although individual stock moves are majoritarily driven by their structures, but apparently index support will help them run them into a directional mode in a consistent fashion for a longer period of time. We have a few guys who were not part of our community. I think Kranti, Ragharu, Anusha ji, Pratik, and Vishal. Would like to ask you guys, are you guys aware of these levels? Are you just following these levels any time before?
లేదు శ్రీకాంత్ గారు, అంతకుముందు యాక్చువల్గా మీరు మెయిన్ హాకీస్ టెలిగ్రామ్ ఛానల్లో పోస్ట్ చేసేవాళ్ళు, బట్ మీరు స్టాప్ చేశారు. ఇప్పుడే మెన్షన్ చేశారు సపరేట్ గ్రూప్ ఉంది అని చెప్పేసి.
ఓకే,
సో ఐ వాజ్ నాట్ అవేర్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్.
ఓకే ఓకే, అంతకుముందు ఫాలో అయ్యారా క్రాంతి గారు?
అంతకుముందు ఒక 1 month అట్లా ఫాలో అయ్యాను నేను.
ఓకే, ఫైన్. అండ్ Pratik, by any chance you just joined, I guess. So are you aware of all these levels, how they function? Any idea? Vishal? All right, so that's fine. I'll just run through them. Vishal, any time that you followed them?
I was following them, but I couldn't.
I think your voice is quite low. I hardly have.
Okay, I'll talk later.
Okay, that's fine. So now, let me run through a couple of these things on a basic level, give you some brief introduction, and apparently we will see them in action, like what's currently being happening, and we can pick up some levels for whatever the day that of your choice, and we plot them into the indices charts on a 15-minute time frame. We'll look at them and we'll walk you through like how you could have made a trade there in the subset and rules that we have. Okay, and at any given point of a time, if you have any clarification, something is not clear to you, I can post it into the chat window or raise your hand at an appropriate time. I'll let you answer it, or if not, finally I have a Q&A session that is scheduled for, where you can have all your whatever the clarification that you may have that can be cleared out. Okay, good to go? Now. So let me just start sharing this. This is market internals. I just gave my introduction, and Srikanth Tatagiri. I'm a trader, investor, as well as an algorithm designer. I'm a firm believer of automation of systems, because I come from IT background for majority of my life, and just not about that. And eventually, I have got a chance or privilege to work with some of the best of the institutions into the investment banking world in the world. So I've learned a lot of things, how these guys operate, and eventually know the crux how these guys operate for a period of time. Being a technology architect, that has given me the privilege to work and understand these things much better. Right now, so I think some of these things are a bit more, paradox, but I'll just give you more of these things. Like, so we all have an index thing, right? What is an index, guys? Anybody? What is an index? Index is nothing but basically a measurement of certain things bundled together to define a value. Index can, it is like showing you the weightage of this. And why does an index move? Index primarily moves based on the underlyings. When the underlyings moves, the index moves. If the underlyings don't move, the index doesn't move. If underlyings goes higher, index goes higher. The underlying goes down, index goes down. Now, what are the market internals? All right, so when we talk about market internals, I would like to talk about something known as okay, guys, let me put this. This is, I'm going to have it as an, more of bi-directional communication rather than I speaking it to you. So I will make it more interactive. So I may ask you some questions, or I mean put forward something, and I would want you guys to, answer it or put a question out. All right. Now, when we talk about Nifty, how many stocks we have in Nifty, guys? 50, right?
50.
Out of which, what is the weightage of this 50? All these 50 stocks have the same weightage?
No, different.
No.
Okay. So when does the Nifty moves higher? Okay, to answer these, this is all the floating weight of the indices. We have 50 stocks, and each of these specific structure, if you can, this has been started out in a descending order where the highest weight stock has been put forward first. Reliance is about 14.9 lakhs, 14.9% of weightage, guys. Okay, Reliance has about 14.9% weightage. Similarly, HDFC Bank 9.67, Infosys 7.62, HDFC Limited 6.43, TCS 5.4, ICICI Bank 5.5, and Kotak Mahindra Bank 3.83, HUL 3.81, ITC 3.09, and L&T 2.27. If you look at these top 10 stocks, apparently you have about 25, 32, 39, 44, 49, 50, 49, 53, and 57, 60% of entire index weight is carried out by these top 10 stocks, 63% to be precise. 63% of entire market index comprises are primarily driven by these top 10 stocks, starting from RIL until ITC, guys. Now, to speak more about it, if you realize that all this, these 10 stocks, okay, so these 10 stocks apparently comprises the entire market, around 63% of the total market capitalization. Okay, Now, whenever you see a 2% move in RIL, you will start visualizing that index starts moving much higher, probably about 4, 5, or 7%, depending on the underlying move of index. Similarly, HDFC Bank moves, and eventually, index starts moving higher as well. The whole idea of this is that although you have 50 different stocks, and these 50 different stocks, individual weightage is very different. It's not necessarily the same. A 1% move in RIL does not signify a 5% move into a GAIL. GAIL 5% move has not so much of contribution as opposed to RIL's contribution. Okay, this is one of the primary reason why the index moves are dictated by these top 10 stocks primarily. I think those guys are part of our Askar's community, and this is one reason why we primarily focus only on these top 10, 12 stocks. Right? Majority of our trades comes from only these areas. Eventually, if you look at it, when a specific index moves, example, Nifty moves 1%. That move primarily being contributed by 1 or 2 of these top 10 stocks, guys, because it has a free float much larger than any other the rest of the Nifty 50 stocks. Okay, now let me just simply and immediately go down to the levels that we prescribe on Scratch, and what these levels look like, and how they comprise, and how they can actually work well. Okay. As we talk about it, Scratch levels are basically derived based on an algorithm. Okay, so this system provides these levels we generated every single day before the market eventually starts up. I think generally we share it in the early evening, late in the night, around 10 p.m., anytime between 8 to 1 p.m. How do we generate these levels, or what these levels are? These levels are generated based on around 68 different types of parameters that are part of the system, which includes some market data, along with a lot of market positioning by the smart money. What I mean by the smart money here is those guys who actually move the markets. So when we talk about market movements, majority of the Indian markets are actually run by the investments generated by or investments put forward by the foreign institutional investors, maybe the larger broking houses, the fund houses, who are pretty large on having a huge amount of funds, and then where they would like to they have deployed a huge amount of cash or into the funds into Indian markets, basically. As you guys know, we primarily, I'm sorry. Sorry guys, just a second. So we, as a whole, Indian retail participants, we may not really move markets. So keeping that in mind, so what we typically do is we identify the market positioning of these guys on a day-to-day basis, and these guys typically trade with machines. Okay, they don't trade with punching orders like you and I do manually. So they have set up the predefined setups into then going into the next trading day, and where they would like to buy, where they would like to sell, how they would like to structure the entire day. So what our algorithm does is, this algorithm will process a huge amount of data every single day, around 67, 68 parameters. And along with that, it also identifies these setups of these master algorithms of these institutions, and eventually generates these levels where more or less about over 90-95% of the time, these specific levels will play around with the markets, or the market during time, the markets will play around with these levels. Right? So these levels are primarily defined into two primary categories: demand levels as well as the supply levels. Okay, demand and supply levels. I'll walk you through what these demand levels are and what these supply levels are. So what happens is, these algorithms are primarily designed by these market makers to execute on a 15-minute time frame. So these levels will function as decisive parameters for the market to behave on that specific given trading day. They are like turnaround times, they are like, the point of rejections or acceptance. So they are basically thresholds accepting a specific level and closing above it. The market is designed to understand to run higher or run lower. So basically, they define a range. They define a trading range for a specific trading day, and eventually they play around with these levels every single day. So what we do is we capture these levels. We try to position ourselves playing around with these levels, and apparently place our bets based on how the market reaction that happens at these price levels. Okay, so there are mainly the two levels, two categories of levels: demand and supply. So the way it looks like is demand levels apparently define something like this. So this is the illustration of last example. It's like the previous close. You have 4 demand levels and you have 4 supply levels. Right? 4 demand levels and 4 supply levels. What happens is these demand levels in general are expected to provide some cushioning for the market to bounce it up, or the supply levels are expected to provide some resistances. But apparently, the way they function in reality is slightly different, basically. So in other words, you have 4 demand levels and 4 supply levels. In between, you have the previous close. So let's look at this in a practical fashion and eventually apply them into on a 15-minute time frame chart, and we'll see how these levels function on a given specific day. Is that clear, guys?
Yes.
Any questions this far? See, I'm more focused on speaking about these levels in a very detailed fashion. So that's when it's quite easy for me to run it up. Okay, so now let's just take a look at these trading levels. My internal portal, this has not been put forward for any public usage as yet. So now let's take a look. Let's take a look of what these levels have done for the yesterday's trading session, and then let me make use of an MP4 trading platform. Right, I have just pre-plotted these levels into a simple indicator, and then it allows me to put forward this. Okay, so we have this 14691 is the last close, and 14644 is one of the key swing point. 14603, 14554, 14492. These are all the demand levels. We have demand 1, 2, 3, 4. So D1, D2, D3, D4. Similarly, we have supply levels. We have 14753 and 14784, 14838, and 14878. Okay. Now, so what we do actually is when the market opens, we typically don't take any trade until the time certain conditions are met. Okay. So let's first examine what happened to this data, or what happened, how the market has functioned on this specific day, which is yesterday. So market actually opened here. This is the period. So it made a open at 795, made a high of 14814, and a low of 14778, and closed this here at 789.90. Now, look at the opening of the markets. So when one key rule that you need to remember, when the markets opens in supply levels, market opens in supply levels. This is actually opening happened in supply levels, not okay. And the market is expected to be in the supply levels for the entire day. When the market opens in supply levels, it is expected to be in the supply levels for the entire day. It's pretty simple. If the market opens in demand levels, the market is expected to be in the demand levels for the entire day. If it opens in supply level, it stays in the supply level. If it opens in demand level, it stays in the demand level. For the more, this is the probably about 90% of the probability for every single day. Now, so where did we open? So we opened between S2 and S3, and the first 15 minutes closing has happened at primarily into the S2, right? So we watch the action. So we will not generally take any trade until 10:45 a.m. Okay, until 10:45. Why? What happens is, if you have ever noticed, majority of the market action happens in two segments. One is from 9:15 to 10:45, and the second one actually happens post 2:30 to 3:45. Generally 2:15 to 3:45. 2:15 to 3:15. I'm sorry, last 1 hour, just about 1.5 hours. So this specific period, generally, market tends to provide you various gyrations due to the adjustments of the underlyings. Okay, adjustments of the underlyings. What do you mean by the underlyings? Underlyings are the stocks that we discussed about the Nifty 50s. So typically, what happens is there will be some parties selling it and some parties buying into it. So these gyrations are expected to happen. And if you ever notice blocks, a lot of block deals happens, right? Block deals usually happens when you have larger blocks for a frontline stocks. They usually happen in the first 1 hour of a time period of the market every single day. But they typically tend to provide the gyrations. That doesn't really give you market defined directions. In such an instance, basically, so we typically wait until 10:45, and then we come to know a market indication, basically. So now, if you look at 10:45, this is until 10:15 is ended here, 10:30 and 10:45 ended. So 10:45, this is what we have closed at. We closed at 14743 with a high of 14761, low of 14739, and 14743. Now, so which is actually a decisive break of S1. When we have breached this S1, typically we would be looking to ideally test D1, guys. Okay, so when we have breach of S1, there is a probability that you test the D1 before the second session, which is derived at 12:30, 12:45. Here, we still watch. We don't take any action as such. If you do not have an existing position, you take no action. If you do have an existing position, if it is a long which is carried out here on the previous day, you probably consider to close it here, because the market can test lower levels, and then eventually you look for the further action. Apparently, market went on to make a new low and eventually testing the low of 14692, which is coincidentally matching with yesterday's close. In other words, it's filling the gap. So here again, this has happened at around 11 p.m. now. 11 a.m. 11 for, yeah, exactly at 11 a.m. Candle, which ends at 11:15. Now, there are two parameters that we look at: 1045 and 1115. 1045 is where we try to weather through the idea of where we are heading to. 1115 is where we will try to gear up for the day. Apparently, post 1230 is where the global markets also opens it up. As we typically talk, majority of the times our guys knows that all these markets are driven by the smart monies. They work in pretty correlation. In other words, the global markets, every single market is actually being controlled by the guys. These banks are common across the globe. So until the time this happens, until the time these guys open it up and then get its stabilization, we wait for the trade setup. This is also, we have done the same thing yesterday, being expiry day. We waited for this to market to stabilize. This is the exactly 1215, and then this is the 1230 candle. The 1230 candle is still closed below the S1 level, but apparently at 1245, we have penetrated into the S1 level. So what happens in this case? As like I stated, the first rule is that when we open in supply levels, you will be in supply levels for the day. So which is, in other words, this is the bullish zone, right? Supply levels are basically a bullish zone. When you open in the bullish zone, you may be switch through test the lower levels, but you will still be in the supply level in the bullish zone for the day. And eventually, post 1245, we have penetrated through the supply S1, closing with a 14753. This is the very point we have initiated long trades. We're buying into the Nifty. So typically we have bought into the 14,800 CA. Guys, is that right? That's what we did yesterday, right? 14,800 call option around 20.
20 and 15.
Right, around 20 rupees or so. Yeah. Eventually, what happens is when you have this penetration happens post the second session, this trend will continue. Trend will continue to be like this. And for the day, apparently we have just touched the S4, which is at 14878. And the high was around 14883 and closed below the day at 14867 or something. So what happens is that the one few thumb rule that you need to keep in mind is that when you are opening the market in supply levels, okay, your ideology has to be bullish. When you are opening in demand levels, your ideology has to be bearish for the day. The caveat here is that you have to look for the market direction at 1045, 1115, and apparently 1245. Right? So we don't initiate any trade, usually nothing before 1045 every single day on index. Majority of our trades usually comes in the second half, looking at the market direction and how the market is perceiving these trend direction for that specific day. All right. Similarly, okay. Any questions as well? Any questions as well? So another thing that I would like to put forward is we don't use any technical analysis, zero technical analysis. We don't care about the color of the bar, nothing as such. Zero indicators, yes.
Sir, ఇప్పుడు అదే మార్నింగ్ డిమాండ్ కానీ సప్లై ఇది కానీ లెవెల్స్ ఓపెన్ అయితే మొత్తం అంతా కూడా దాంట్లో కంటిన్యూ అవుతుందండి అది
అంతే సురేష్ గారు.
ఓకే అండి. ఓకే అండి. ఓకే అండి.
మనం ఇంకా వేరే ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ కూడా చూద్దాము. వేరే డేట్స్ చూసి హిస్టారికల్ డేట్స్ అని చూద్దాము. చూసిన తర్వాత దెన్ వీ విల్ కమ్ అక్రాస్ టు అప్రెంట్లీ అది చూద్దాం. మీకు క్లాసిక్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మీకు ఇస్తాను. చెప్పండి సురేష్ గారు.
1045 ముందర ట్రేడ్ ఏది కూడా తీసుకోకూడదు అన్నారు కదండి.
1045 ముందర, ఎందుకంటే టోటల్గా వాళ్ళు మార్కెట్ ఇంకా స్టేబిలైజ్ అవుతుంది అప్పటికి.
ఓకే అండి.
సో జనరల్గా ఏంటంటే అటు ప్రాఫిట్ బుకింగ్ చేస్తుంటారు, ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్ పొజిషన్స్ అన్ని కూడా 10:45 లో ప్రాఫిట్ బుకింగ్ అన్ని జరుగుతూ ఉంటాయి. మీరు ఎప్పుడైనా గమనించినట్టయితే మార్కెట్ ఆర్ స్టాక్స్ సంబంధించి మార్కెట్ రివర్సల్స్ అన్ని ఆ ఫస్ట్ అవర్లోనే జరుగుతాయి. 9:50 నుంచి 10:45 వరకు. మేజర్ టాప్స్, మేజర్ బాటమ్స్ ఫర్ ఎ స్టాక్.
ఓకే.
So that's the reason we will avoid it. Just guys, those who do not understand, I speak a multi-language here, and this is the Telugu that I'm speaking in. For those who do not understand this, I would like to put forward the same analogy here. The question was, why we will not take a trade until 10:45. The rationale why we do not take a trade until 10:45 is pretty simple and straightforward. That is that majority of the major stock reversals, be it an uptrend, to start a new uptrend, or to start a new downtrend, they happen well over 80% of the time between 9:15 to 10:45. You check any of the stocks which has moved tremendously after a period of time, upside or downside, that typically happens at that time. So that's the very reason why there will be a lot of exchange of hands that happens at that specific period of time. That's the reason why we don't we look for the action specifically there. Of course, there will be some caveats. The caveats which talks about the overall market is completely down across the globe. It's been pretty much tremendously up, something of that sort. That takes on for a different kind of a zone altogether. But majority of the times, this is the one zone where we keep watching, and we wait for the market to settle down, stabilize, and we take an action.
ఓకే. అంటే 10:45 తర్వాతే మనం ఏటన్నది పూర్తి డెసిషన్ రావాలి తప్ప ముందు రాకూడదు.
కరెక్ట్ సురేష్ గారు. ఎందుకంటే ఇండెక్స్ కి సంబంధించి అది పర్ఫెక్ట్ గా జరుగుతుంది. మనం ఇంకా వేరే చాలా ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ చూద్దాం నేను ఈరోజు. ఓకే, మీకు చూపిస్తాను.
ఓకే సార్. ఓకే సార్.
హౌ ఇట్ ఫంక్షన్స్ అనేది చూపిస్తాను.
అంటే ఇది కూడా నేను ఎందుకు డౌట్ అడిగానంటే మిమ్మల్ని, యాక్చువల్గా ట్రేడింగ్ సెషన్ 3 పార్ట్స్ కింద డివైడ్ చేస్తాం. మార్నింగ్, మిడిల్, క్లోజింగ్.
ఎస్,
3 అట్లను క్లోజ్ చేస్తే యాక్చువల్గా మిడిల్ అన్నది ఎప్పుడు కూడా మార్కెట్ మూవ్మెంట్ కాదు, ఎప్పుడు తక్కువ ఉంటుందండి.
సో ద రీజన్ ఏంటంటే ఐ టెల్ యూ వాట్.
ఓకే.
Like I stated, morning is where you have the entire structure set up, right? The first 1.5 hours. Okay. For a stock or an index, that is a baseline, right?
Okay.
The middle session is where consolidation, that is where people like you and I, majority of the market participants, retail participants, despite knowing the fact that there won't be any moves, they can't sit idle. They make a lot of trades during that time. Okay, I'm not speaking just for the sake of it. This is the statistics speaking, the data speaking.
Okay.
So what happens is that consolidation time lo edaithe jarugutundo, that is the zone that will be used to perform the next continuation in the last second segment.
Closing. Okay.
మనం అందుకే రోజు 1 o'clock కలవడానికి కారణం ఏంటి అంటే 1 o'clock నుంచి యాక్చువల్ యాక్షన్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది.
ఓకే.
మార్నింగ్ కొంచెం యాక్షన్ ఉంటుంది, అది ప్రాబబ్లీ ప్రాఫిట్ బుక్ చేసుకోవడానికి కూడా కావచ్చు. కానీ మనం ఎవ్రీడే వెన్ వి మీట్ లైవ్ మనం కాన్ఫరెన్స్ కాల్ లో ప్రతిరోజు కలుస్తాం 1 o'clock కదా ఎవ్రీడే.
అవునండి.
ద రీజన్ ఎందుకు అంటే దట్ ఈస్ ద రియల్ టైం, అది ఆస్పిషియస్ టైం చెప్పాలంటే. దట్ ఈస్ ద టైం యూ హ్యావ్ అ లాట్ ఆఫ్ యాక్షన్. రియల్ మార్కెట్ మూవ్స్ అక్కడే జరుగుతాయి.
ఓకే.
ఓకే.
ఓకే. ఓకే. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
So basically the thing is, guys, when you break the market timing into 3 specific zones, so-called the beginning of the market, and then you have middle period, and then the last thing. So the way I usually look at it into 2 sessions, the first half and second half. The first half for me is the direction for the first half completes at 1:45, and that is where the Qs starts building for the second half, which effectively starts at 12:45. So what we do is, as part of our Scotch community group, every single day we meet at 1 p.m. on a Google Meet call every single day. So what we do is we discuss our trade ideas, initiate new trades, close existing trades. All of these things primarily happen at that specific period of time, because that is the time where the market activity will be ready to be, it is ripened to be in the system. Morning is basically preparation, and the first half. Second half is consolidation, and third half is where you have things are ready to ripen up, and then you want to consume them basically. So that's where we spend a lot of our time. Right? So now, let me also show you what happened in Bank Nifty yesterday. And apparently, I would like to have any date from you guys, whatever the choice, date of your choice. And we pull out the levels, discuss levels for that specific day. We plot them under the chart and discuss what happened on this specific day and why it has happened. Is that clear, guys? Any questions? Navneet, Vishal, Kumar Shankar, Anusha.
Sir, I don't remember the exact date, but I think in the last couple of weeks there was a day where Bank Nifty went up almost. I think it went down almost.
Vishal, somehow I cannot hear you, my friend. Is it my mic or my?
No, it's probably the issue with. I'll probably type in the question. That might.
Yeah, that could help. So because before I jump on to this next one, if you have anything, I'll just clarify this and then move on to the showing you this one.
Shrikant, Rajiv, how are you?
Kishore, is all good? Any questions?
Srikandar, Mahesh here. I think
yes.
I think your mic is a bit I don't know. I mean, maybe speaker is a bit low on volume or something.
Your voice is again breaking, my friend.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Seems some problem with your speaker, looks like, because I can hear these guys speaking.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
I can hear someone speaking now. So
okay, let me do one thing.
Yeah, Vishal, you are Vishal was audible, but yeah, it's a bit low on volume, but yeah, you are actually audible to us. We could at least figure out what you are speaking. So I think we figure.
Kishore, please go ahead.
Sir, చెప్పండి సార్ పిలిచారంట. I was like పక్కకెళ్ళా చెప్పండి.
I just plugged on a headphone. I don't know.
Now it's very clear, sir. ఇందాక కూడా maybe 5 minutes I went out. Maybe అప్పుడు disturbance వచ్చి మా అంతవరకు it was very clear.
Okay, cool. I think some issue with my speakers, I guess. But I'm, my voice is clear, right, guys?
Yes, sir. Very audible. Very good.
Yeah, good.
Srikanth, can you show 19th March Bank Nifty?
Sure. Let me answer one question for Ganesh. Ganesh, action starts to unravel between 12:30. Yes. So generally what happens is, in order for you to have a move, right, whatever the move that you're anticipating or looking at, in order for you to have such move, you need to have a background. Background is nothing but in this connection, which typically talks about the structure of the move, and that is being built between usually from 10:45 to 12:30 approximately. So that's the reason we look at 12:45 primarily. So it's like that. Bank Nifty for 24th March. Yes,
19th March.
Yeah, Srikant. Yeah, okay.
19th March.
For 24th also we can take a look at it. I mean, that was a rejection 2 times on, probably we can take a look at the Nifty levels. It was exactly on dot reversal for a couple of times on one of our levels, and then it went down drastically. So that could be a good, probably good thing.
We look at multiple days. When we start with the 19th, as one of the gentlemen has asked me for. So let's eventually go there. I think we are practicing it every day. So individually, we got this. Let's just launch me up. 33988. 33541. 7303. 33141. 34064. Okay, this is what we have on the 19th March. This 19th March is actually started with a, a pretty gap down. I think opening is at 33580, 33696 is the high. Okay, so this specific day, we have actually opened at D1, demand 1. So you are typically expected to be in demand on this specific day. 1 second, guys. Did I have typed something incorrect here? $33988. 33541. This is I think this is something we have corrected this level. I think this is 333. That was a typographical error. All right, so what we did here is this is another typo error here, my friend. This is supposed to be 33688. This is the confusion. I'm sorry about it. 33688. Right, perfect now. So now, if you look at it, we have opened at demand level 2, the specific day, and a big gap down. Okay, this is the demand level 2. And eventually what happened here is we have, this is the 915 and 1015 and 1045. 1045, again, we have got rejection, penetrating into supply levels. And we know that this is going to be a negative day as of this point of time. And apparently, this is the 1045 candle. And if you look at this, this is again at the 1215, 1230, and 1245. Again, 1245, you've been hovering around in this specific zone, expecting the market to pretty much on the lower side. And then post 1245, again, an attempt to breach into this is the, demand 1. So we have breached and penetrated into demand 1. And eventually, looking at this, you might be making a decision to long the markets. This is at the 1 p.m. candle, 12:45 1 p.m. candle. So here, on this specific day, we would be longing the market at this time, and eventually looking at the targets from here at the D1 to S1. So this could be a potential target. So there are some days where you have the a range of action that happens in pretty choppy sessions fashion in this fashion. typically you look for making an entry to, if you are successfully penetrated the D1, you look for a potential target of an S1. That's how it goes basically. But eventually it made a high up to S2 as well, breached S2, but again failed in here. So this is one zone, guys, typically. I think we had a trade on this day, on this specific time, on, I don't know, I don't recall exactly, 19th March, if we had a trade there. Yeah.
Maybe shorting a Bank Nifty PE on that.
We have shorted the PE. I was looking for the data. we must have shorted the data PE there. So what we typically do, guys, we short, when we are bullish, we short we short P's. When we are bearish, we short calls. We don't do it naked. We hedge them. This is more to eat up the premiums that are whatever the maximum amount of premium that we have. We just try to make use of that. $24th, right? The other one that you're talking about, Mahesh?
Yes, yeah, 24th. 24th was one.
I had some typo there, yeah. I did not recognize. Usually, Kishore is the one who helps me out correcting those typos. Kishore garu, 19th ne mera update cheyaledu naku.
Chesanu sir, chesanu.
Chesana?
Yes.
Correct chesana mari. I think correct chesinattu unnanu kada? Kada?
Yes sir.
If you take a look at, I think Nifty levels. I think we will see.
Which one?
24th, I guess. Yeah, 24th. Yeah, is
24th.
what Uma Shankar also actually posted. So I thought, yeah, 24th would be good.
Okay. 24th is the day. I think this is the day we made that rejection trade, right? 74 wala. This one, right? I think this is the one. 74 rejection, and then we have initiated a short for the next day. Is it the same day? Mesh?
Yes, sir. I think so. Just a second.
There's a lot of testing that has happened in the last at 9:40. I think it was happened around 2:45, I guess. Oh yeah, this is the 24th. Okay. So we have opened between actually an S1 and D1. Okay, this is a lackluster day, as we are very fondly known to be. This is the day where you probably may not find a lot of action in the market, right? This is the specific day. So 1 second. This is the day, guys. Okay, it's a bad color choice, so let me just make it into somehow very light there. Okay, this is the chance. For this specific day, we have opened into the D1, between D1 and S1, and we know that this is a pretty lackluster day. So what we did is we waited, and apparently we have made a short here. One short here, and then we have made a long also, and then the long we have got stopped out. The way that we did a long is we have started a put option, and we have covered the put. The hedge we left off, and we continue to leave that put on this specific day. I think this has happened at 2:45. Post 2:45, yeah. This is again a level rejection.
Yeah, that was our D3 rejection exactly. I think.
Yes.
Yeah, D3 rejection, and then it's a 2-time rejection and D3, and then yeah, exactly.
D1. It's not D. It's actually a D1 rejection, not D3.
D1.
It's a D1.
Oh, okay, sorry, D1.
It's a D1 rejection both sides. We had a stop loss trade here. We have initiated a put short, and then with a hedge, and the put has hit the stop loss, and then we have let the hedge to reopen, stay on as it is. We have also opened a 14,600 P on this day that we have booked the next day at I think around 375. I think a day before the expiry, right? The last Wednesday.
Yes. Actually, we were carrying the Nifty put next day, the one that we hedged, and we booked it at 14,444 level, 14,644 or 14,444 level.
14,144.
14,444 level. Sorry, yeah.
We closed around that, and then eventually we have longed also that day.
Yeah, that long was a splendid one, right?
Yeah.
That was a 20x trade, which
yes.
Bank Nifty.
Yes, 20x trade. Yes. So, Umashankar, I think this is what it is. We have opened this pretty much onto the between D1 and S1. We know this is going to be a choppy day, and then when we have closed at 10:45, we are pretty much into the supply levels. We know that this day is going to be a negative day, but apparently at one point of a time we have attempted to long. We did a long. That long was stopped out, but we carried the hedge of it, and we have closed that hedge somewhere around here the next day. Yes. Hey, Nataraj, good to see you, man. We missed you. Yes, my friend. Kishore garu, cheppandi.
Sir, present market conditions, I have one doubt, sir. Unfortunately, we had not had time to talk to you on this. If you see the spot and the future has a lot of difference in Nifty and Bank Nifty, right? It's like maybe 100 points, 100, 120 points in Nifty and 300 points in Bank Nifty.
I'll tell you
and how to choose these
strike prices. Yes. I'll tell you. Generally,
due to this high IVs, option buyers are at loss actually.
I don't know how many of you know.
What I feel from past 3 days, my observation. It's my observation. Okay.
I don't know how many of you know that when you have these huge amount of the premium and discount, market gives you a violent up move or down move. Anybody noticed? Typically about 500, 600, 700 points. So that's one area. The second one is for an option buyer's perspective, at any point of a time, options are computed based on the spot. It has nothing to do with the futures price at all. Okay, so IVs being high or low, that is again based on the the seller's discretion. But what I was trying to say is there will not be any impact of a futures premium on spot. It's very clear. So, and as you know, Kishore, we always, every single time, we typically look at only one thing. That is pretty simply the spot price. We never looked at futures, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, that's clear.
So we don't care. So we don't really care about the spot or anything, because option bias or option strikes choosing is also based on a rule that you are aware. Like, index side, we look at 1 or 2% away, and then for the stocks, depending on the time period we are in, 5, 8%, or with the criteria that we have set forth. It's very that structure works all the time, Kishore, majority of the times. So don't worry about these option.
Why I had this doubt is like maybe looking at the volumes, like 5, 10 minutes to 15 minutes volumes. I had this doubt because the volume does not come on the index part, right? So I had this to identify these fake moves.
Sir, fake moves kaad sir. Meeru ee levels meeku
adi kaadu. Yeah, these levels are spot on, and we have those numbers also for now. 14444, 1614654, 14754.
For 753, yes.
Yeah, 753.
Yes.
బట్ ఓన్లీ థింగ్ ఇస్ ఇప్పుడు ఏంటంటే ఇండెక్స్ కి వాల్యూమ్ ఉండదు. సో ఇదేంటంటే జస్ట్ మళ్ళీ రీటెస్ట్ గానే జస్ట్ 15 minutes లో ఇట్ మేక్స్ విత్ లెస్ వాల్యూమ్ అండ్ ఇట్ డస్ నాట్ గో అప్.
మీరు ఎన్ని మర్చిపోండి, సింపుల్ గా యూ షిఫ్ట్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్ టు షార్టింగ్ ది ఐటీఎమ్స్. ఓకే, forget buying it, short the ITMs. You only look to buy them on a expiry day, sir. Expiry day నిన్న మనం చేసాం 14,800 అలాంటిది తప్ప. లాస్ట్ వీక్ ద బ్యాంక్ నిఫ్టీ 20x ట్రేడ్ అది అలాంటివి తప్ప డోంట్ బై ఇట్. Got it? And I'm saying unless you find the pricing fitting into the scripts that we, the way that we look at, just don't buy it. Higher IV is good for you to short the option, because you're not shorting an option just for the sake of making 4, 5 or 10 rupees. You're shorting an option to make the most out of the index move. Do a hedge, Kishore garu. Hedge it, short it. That's it. Even if you get 200-300 points and bank nifty is a lot of money, sir.
Yes.
And this, how much is the margin? 25,000-30,000 hardly per contract. Hedged ante kada 30,000 ekada
30,000-40,000 max. Yes,
that's it. So we because of these volatile times we need to change our strategies a bit. The strategies a bit in the sense, it's not necessary for you to completely deviate it. Instead of you buy option, you sell the ITM option. Bindas, straight. Cut it off. That has helped so much kada manaki month March lo. We have done numerous bank nifty PE charts.
Yes.
Okay. I think any other day, anything else you want to see, guys? Any other day? We just run it through and then explain you. Rambai, strike price thing, remember we had a discussion. For the index, we look at just about 1 to 2%, not more than that, to buy it. Or alternatively, what we look at is we look for the ITM, deep ITM. For example, at 33,000 bank nifty, when we are bullish, we shot at 34,500 PE, around 1640, 1650, and we hedged it. And that's how we do it, because when the move that is coming is violent, you shot deep in the money. And then just keep quiet. Because if the move is about 500-600 points, you get 500-600 points directly into that option. Your hedge may lose about 100 to 150 or 200 points. Doesn't matter. You still get 300 to 400 points. Easy. At 2-3 lots, enough. So buying blind, we only do it on a Wednesday or Thursday, depending on our situation. Otherwise, we'll try not doing it. Nifty on 25th March, Shankar. You want to see that? Rigved bhai, any of the dates that you want to have? Ram bhai, Rigved bhai. Govind.
Yes, Shrikant sir, no, everything is good.
Good. ठीक है. 1454 ये भी देखेंगे एक बार, एक recap करेंगे. It is this is a long time due, which I wanted to do for a lot of time, but post giving you guys that book, and I thought I will just walk you through once. This can help looking at it in a more decisive fashion. $14611. 14644. 14688. 14753. Let me plot this day, guys. Let me just create a shape and do this. It's going to be easy to read on. Okay, Mahashankar, this is what it is. So we have opened pretty much into the between S2 to S1, although it is just opened, sorry, D2, between D1 to D2, which is clear bearish negative day. And we had a last level is at 14327. So we had one major key level, which is at 14444. This is one of the key number. All my Scratch guys knows the importance of this level very well. This level has tested almost like 10 times in the last 2 to 2.5 months. So this is one of the key number. So this is again being tested, apparently coming down to 375 and all the way down to, well below the 327 mark. So what we did is, like I said, we have shorted this year on this 24th. We had a put option. We carried over 14,600 PE all the way down. We booked around actually at 14444 lower than this, around this level. We waited for the action, and we know that we have one more key level, which is 14244. But 14244 is rejected on this specific candle. This is at 12:45, exactly at 12:45. This is closing at 12:45 to 1 p.m. So 1 p.m. we closed, rejected that level 14244, closing at 14265. This is the very time we have initiated longs into both the indices. And we closed at 14444. This is 14444, guys. Umashankar, if you can see this, all the guys, 14444 is here. And this is the very time, we have longed it here, we closed it here. Again, we kept quiet. And again, we reinitiated a trade in this point, post this rejection at 14375. And our guys have closed it at this 92. 92 is a level and 94 is a high for the market that day. We closed it. A couple of guys have shorted the market here, Mahesh and Govind namely. These guys have carried this move down all the way, booked at 375, but only to see the market going down to 327. And this is the very time that we have decided that the markets have completely bottomed out. This number is forgettable now. And we will not remain in short in the market down the specific day. And we just closed all the shorts. And then we have initiated few stock positions, but not an index, oversighting the overnight risk. But we have initiated again in the next day. Next day is again the same story. We have rejected at 14494, and then moved on to I think 14534, I guess 531, 534. Again, we pushed back to 14444. We made a low. We made a continuous trade there. So it's all about the numbers, guys. The numbers are pre-defined. Okay, these numbers are predefined in the markets. They are available in the system. They are created by the market makers. They have done this. They have everything is pre-programmed. It's just about that you need to read the script, make sure that you understand the script and position yourself to take part of it. So this is one interesting day. We had a lovely trade on this day. It was a crazy expiry. And this specific day, we made a killer money in Bank Nifty. I think 33,000 call option that we bought around 20 rupees and 50 paise, which went all the way to 600. But all the, we have closed it around 245 approximately. It's a very same day. We can just plot that levels as well for the same day. That was the last expiry. 33293. 3088. 32907. 32812. Guys, I keep telling this to many of guys that everything is pre-programmed in the market. You need to know how you can get use of it. And we don't use any technical analysis. Technical analysis for the short term is prohibited for us. We don't use it. For us, it's like, the chart tells you what you want to see. You can see that it's a bias. A chart is a bias. It doesn't tell you what's actually happening. Double 3, 998. Yeah, this is the action. The beauty is that the 33,000 call option that we bought at 20, booked at 240 average, I mean, in various legs, finally booked at 240. It closed at 0. It's literally closed at 0. Okay, this is the day, guys. So what we did is we have actually initiated a trade at 1:20 p.m. Around 1:20 p.m. is where we've initiated a trade. So this is the 1 p.m. close. This is 1:15 p.m. Somewhere around this place, we have initiated that 33,000 call option. The idea for us is that we have, the levels is pretty clear that it is pretty much on a downtrending day. We have done it, and we have got this penetration back into the system post 12:45, post 1 p.m. This is what enticed us to initiate a long trade. We initiated it here. We closed it here again. This is the place that we have closed. We have not waited until this. It's just about 25 to 30 minutes of a trade, not more than that. But again, after that, there are a lot of gyrations. We did not make any further trades on this, on Bank Nifty and the specific trade. But one trade is 33,000 call option. It was just one phenomenal price. Is that clear, guys?
Srikanth garu, you explained everything about intraday. How about positional trading in index?
Positional trading in index, the way that we do is we are driven by numbers. So we completely look at numbers, sir. We have key numbers. Example, we talk about 14144, 14244, and then we have 14327, 14444, and then we talk about 14644, and then 14753, 14888. These are like number series. These are market generated. So we look for the reversals at this specific point of a time, and that is where we initiate positional trades. Pretty much after that. And these things, zero from technical analysis. We don't use any indicator. I don't even use anything. Nothing. It's all pre-programmed numbers by the market makers. We read them and then we just exhibit them. So when we rejected at 14244, it is clear for us this is a positional trade. It's as bloody as that. That's simple. Guys, is that right? That's how we decided, right? 14244, when we have completely exhausted that this is, we're going to have a positional trade now.
Yes. So
we completely driven by numbers here. We don't look at charts, zero discussion about charts, completely. Because markets, we are interested in the guys who create the charts for others to perceive and follow it, not we are with the guys who create the charts. We don't follow charts. And I'm a firm believer of a creation than following, basically. So that's one thing. Although I have done, you name a technical system that I am not aware. I know everything. I have tested many things, many systems, many mechanical trading. I spent tens of thousands of US dollars buying these technical systems. But I realized it doesn't work. It doesn't work for the short time. When you're looking at a short period of time, it doesn't work at all. So one day it works, second day it may not. It may work 3 days in continuous, fourth day it may not. It doesn't work. And the thing is, the thing is that these technical things which we keep talking about, same time, a chart gives you a buy signal, same chart gives you a sell signal to other guy. Right? That's what trading is, right? Everybody? Trading is like, I buy, you sell. Or you sell, I buy. Or I sell, you buy. It's pretty simple. It's just exchanging of this. And at any point of a time, both of us have the same intention that I'm right. I'm selling now, I'm going to make money, which is the buyer will lose. It's, in other words, the transfer of money, in other words. So when you derive these things based on the technical analysis at any given point of a time, one's loss is somebody else's profit. So it doesn't work like that. So the charts are like, it's a double-edged sword. It shows you the same thing, what you want it to be at that specific point of a time. If you want to be bullish, you see a bullish chart. If you are bearish, you see a bearish chart. The same thing. Same charts, same indicators, the same RSI, same MACD, same ADX, same candles, and whatnot. Every single thing is the same. That provides you two views for two different people at the same specific point of a time. So that's why we don't look at it. Any questions, guys?
One more question, Srikanth garu. So similar to indexes, do you have similar levels for individual stocks as well?
Stocks do have a lot of levels, but we don't, depict and present them into the public zones. But everything is driven by numbers. Every single thing is driven by numbers. So we also use numbers for stocks. Reliance is a number series. I don't know how many of you are aware, which we follow it religiously. 1977, 1997 in futures level. It has been the decisive level for Reliance. How many times we have traded on this? Probably about 8-10 times in the last couple of months. Like that, every single stock has a number series. These numbers are created by the market, and this doesn't give you any depiction in any of your technical tools, Kranti. Kishore Garu, 1997, how many times you have tested on Reliance?
I think we have been doing that from November.
Yes, it's still on. Even today, it's still on.
It's almost 6
And
months.
we talked about 20 to 22. I know, and if you guys follow my Twitter, I have spoken about Reliance is hitting 20 to 22, double to in futures. This was my level, which I posted sometime in February, I guess. I have mentioned very clearly that it will happen in February, but it has happened in the start of March, basically. And if you look at the futures high, it was 22.27, and then rejected from there. All the way again, nearly 200 points down.
Yeah. It again came to 19.
Yes, again hovering to 1997, Nataraj. Look at it. Yes. 1977 and 1997 is just there.
I think just trading Reliance is enough to make money, Srikanth.
Yes. The
2011 also, sir.
2011. Yes.
Sorry, I was కొంచెం పక్క కట్టి ఇటు వేరే పనులతో ఉన్నా సార్. సో
ఏం సార్ సండే రోజు ఇవాళ కూడా స్మోకింగ్ ఏంటి సార్? కస్తుంది.
మీ మెసేజ్ తోనే లేచాను అసలు. I was late today.
Okay.
I think when 2000 was broken, November, I think it went till 1800 some change, right?
Yeah, 1840. Remember that level 1843. 1843 was the, because we had a long there and we have stopped out at 1925. Below that we talked about 1844, 1844, and then 1844 was the level, and then returned from there.
All these magic numbers.
Raghav, ITC, one of our dearest stock, which we trade almost thrice or minimum 3-4 trades every single series. ITC now this month I'm looking at 235 plus. The lower level we have a level at 208, 207, and then 201. So generally what happens is our levels are apparently works so precisely, and they are like a breakdown levels for or maybe that is the last line of control for traditional guys, where they dump it. That dump we acquire and we move on. It's simply that's how it goes.
Yeah, the same thing happened for Reliance, right? 1977, when it broke, it went all down.
Yes, sir. From there it is 2101. 2101 is another level, and that was a rejection. Again pushed down back. Again moved down. At that time 2222, and then again pushed down. It is just the cyclicals. So it's all pre-programmed numbers. That's it. Same thing. Similarly, Bank Nifty on 29 January, we spoke about hitting a lifetime high. I think a day before the budget.
Yes.
So that specific day, when we, I think, day before the expiry day, the expiry Thursday, we were very clear about the long, but apparently we made a mistake in choosing in option strike. So we, for the entire magical move from 29,600 change, what we captured is a little there. But apparently we know that we are going to hit the the fresh life high on Bank Nifty that day. So that specific day, that's again a number driven. 29637 is a Bank Nifty, the key reversal number. That is 29637 is a level where you will have the smart money pumping in the money all out. That's what they did. You look at the 29th January day. I think that's precisely that specifically level is being held. And from there, what you've seen is about 10,000 points in Bank Nifty, all the way to 38,000, nearly 9,000 plus points. So that's how we do the positional trades. Positional trades, primarily completely driven by these, again, number series. The numbers works fantabulously. RIL range 1844, sir. 1844 to 2222. Robert. Yeah, 1844 to 2222. Any questions, guys?
Yeah, how to make money.
Okay. Namit, Prasanna, Vishal, Yashasvi. Minimum capital required. So to trade the indices, Vishal, what the way that we do is the majority of the community guys, I think the capitals just about 2 to 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs, I guess, primarily. For indices trading, even if you have a 2 lakhs, that should be sufficient. But you need to have a structure. The structure is more to do with index trades. The way that we generate it is about 1 or 2, usually 1 trade a day, and about 4 or 5 trades a week. We don't trade like humongously. We trade little, but we trade precisely. So like I stated, if the structure is bullish, we look at the deep in the money option chart, completely deep in the money. We don't do the smaller trades. Smaller trade, I'm completely against it. If you know that this, because we are directional traders. We don't really look to make money shorting options like those pennies. It's not our cup of tea. So when you deploy about 35,000 to 40,000 per contract, at least you look at about 6,000-7,000 as a return. So 10-15% minimum you should be making on it. So basically, the whole idea is instead of making more of money, you need to be part of the entire cycle. So we try to be in the cycle. So anywhere around 2 lakhs is a good capital to start with when you are trading with indices with options. Options as well, we don't trade anything naked in indices. We always hedge because of the 2 things: margin polarity. You get a better margin polarity. Along with that, you are pretty much relaxed. Our trading structure is very simple, very straightforward, which is zero stress. Rather, we try not to be in stress. Although we are being forced to be in stress sometimes, but we try to avoid it. Most of our trades are planned. We don't just enter a trade for the sake of it. No, every single trade that we make has a rationale, and that rationale we discuss and enter into it. So that's the reason why a lot of peace of mind. Even if a trade goes incorrect sometimes, we don't really worry too much about it. That sounds good, Vishal? Prasanna, so the way that we do is, like I stated, we are directional traders. We are not a neutral traders. We are not into selling those pennies and structures. We are completely directional. So when we are in a direction trades, I always love to sell the deep in the money. If I am bullish, I sell the deep in the money option, put option. If I am bearish, I sell deep in the money call option. And to hedge it up, I look at ATM, one ATM call option to hedge it up, so that can offset it. So what happens is, the beauty is when you're going in your direction, your deep in the money option will decay much larger than your ATM, because you still have a time value left for this. This time value is the protection for you. In other words, let's say I've started a put option at 1500 in Bank Nifty, and I hedge with another put option that may be around 350 or around 300 to 350 example. And my deep in the money put option, the Bank Nifty goes in my direction and goes up by about 400-500 points. My deep in the money put will depreciate by 500 to 600 points there, and my ATM put will depreciate by another 150 points here. So 300, 350 that I invested, I lose 150 points here. But there, for my 1500 where I shorted, I get about 500 points. So net I make another 350 to 400 points. But this is again zero stress, completely zero, because we play with the levels. We initiate a trade with the levels. The ideology comes from the levels, and we use the levels to play with, and then we just play it with that structure itself. So eventually 300 to 350 points is very decent. So that's how we look at the hedging structure. So ATM is a hedge, deep in the money is a short. Answer your question, Prasanna? All right. Any other questions? So just to let you know, guys, we are, the majority of the participants today are from my community. So we have a private community called, the name of Skarsh. So what we do is we primarily trade into options, into both the stocks as well as the indices as well. So the way that we do is majoritarily, we used to do a lot of naked trades before, but apparently because of the volatility that start coming in, and then post-March we have the new margin requirements, and then we have started trading into hedges and at times on nakeds too. So as part of it, we meet every day, every single day at 1 p.m. and we go on a call like the way that we are today. We spend a good 2.5-3 hours every single day to discuss about the trade ideas, market psychology, rejections and whatnot. It's more of a collaborative meeting basically. So that is the time we initiate live trades and close on the existing trades, generate new ideas, and discuss on the levels, positions, etc. It's like more of that sort. So, and post trades, sometimes we carry overnight trades, and if they need to be booked out, so we have a private channel in Telegram right now. So we share the updates there, and then the folks will act based on that. So this is a small community, about 30 people now. We are planning to expand this. In case if you guys would like to be part of it and wanted to look at it, and just let me know in case. So we would need, it's more of a pretty like-minded and closely knit community. We started this in 22nd October, 23rd October. It's a pretty young community. And most of these guys are part of it for a long period now. So it's trying to build a community which will stick around for a longer period of time, and that also allows us to have the right mindset people around to trade markets in an otherwise lonely business. It's a very lonely business. You sit in front of computer and then you make decisions. You don't really have anybody to work with. It's like virtually collaborated teamwork that we are trying to build into. In case if you guys like it and if you want to be part of it, just let me know, guys. You know my Telegram ID, or you have I'll also share my coordinates. If there's something that sounds good for you, just let me know. Not necessary. Vishal. So if you are part-time, the levels are being updated every day. So 95% of the trades that we take will also be moved into pretty much into the channel. Every single 95%. Some trades, very few, which we may not share it, because on days like an expiry day where we have very limited turnaround time, you need to call the trade live and then this moves on. So such trades may not really go into, but 95% of the trades will go into the channel. So you can so a lot of guys who are not full-time into the markets, very few of them are full-time, who are part of the community. They have a day job to look into, but they still participate in the markets based on that. Sure, we'll share my coordinates, Ganesh.
So what's the capital required?
Until last time we had ₹1 lakh that should be sufficient, but now I think we would need about 2 lakhs minimum to start with, so that you will not be deprived of any trades, like you will be part of all the trades. Because nowadays, the volatility has been so much, and it requires you to get yourself into hedges as well. So hedges needs some more capital to be deployed.
So how much return we can actually expect?
Well, that's driven by the market. I just can't do that actually. It's completely driven by the market forces. We have doubled our capitals in November, more than 50% in December, about 40-50% in January, doubled in February. We had a bit choppy in March. I think probably 25% we have already done in the last week. It's pretty variable. So it is not a fixed thing as such, but generally anywhere about 25 to 30% to 50, 100% is a problem, depending on the market forces. So it's all driven by the market. So one day, one good trade make a huge difference, and don't expect that to happen every single time. It's all about the market-driven forces. Yeah. Vishal, Telegram channel is sufficient if you cannot join the call. If you can join the call, because there's a lot of psychology that we discuss every single day in calls. Market psychology experiences, I think that's a lot of discussion that happens in those days, like how the internal markets are connected, stuff like that. If you cannot join and you want to be part of a trade, that's Telegram is enough. Advisable to students, Anusha, I don't quite know your background, so I will leave my coordinates. Please get in touch with me, and probably I'll discuss your scenario and then we'll advocate. Yeah. This call, every day we meet, Vishal, between 1 to 3:30, 3:32. Sometimes it extends by 4 as well. It's more of the scenario driven. So 1 to 3:30 every day. And then whenever you find time, you can just pop in, whatever that's convenient to you. To talk about my coordinates, I'll just share that. This is my stuff. Hawkeye traders and this is stuff. This is for the Telegram. It's pretty vaguely defined. Yeah, let me just into a structure. It's my Twitter. Twitter, I think if you guys are following me on Twitter, you know my Twitter. This is pretty haphazardly poised. I'll also share my number in case if you guys want to get in touch there. They're on my coordinate, guys, and then feel free to get in touch. Those who want to be here on the Telegram channels, you can just, these are privately shared Telegram, public Telegram channels you can just subscribe to. This is my Telegram handle, the one last one. Right. Any other questions, guys? Well, Vishal, this will be like we depict and describe the exact rate, what we look forward. So we also have Hawkeye Index public, sir. Hawkeye Index is public. So we will describe the exact price and where we make an entry and what strike price, what entry price, etc. We also have something called whiteboard rates. That's what we call it internally. So we also have these whiteboards. Whiteboards are privately shared right now. We are not sharing it to the public yet. So we also take trades based on our whiteboards. These whiteboards primarily, this is something we discuss and share it along with the. This is again private, so this is not shared. We are not sharing this publicly. Although I used to share a lot of it in the past, but it's more of a private now. So you'll have something of this sort. You can look for this is the specific trade Maruti buy. This is the entry price, target, the stop loss, and if you want to be a part of an option participant, what is the right price? What is the strike? What is better? It's pretty descriptive. It's really descriptive, pretty much descriptive. Ganesh, Hawkeye Index is for the completely index, and Hawkeye Traders is for the stocks and the generic stuff. So if you are interested in index, just join the Hawkeye Index. All right. Any questions, more, folks? Although we are into the the markets were long enough, not into the public domain for a long period. We into a structural mode. Although my Hawkeye Index channel is about 6 years old now. Yeah, we initiated in 2015. I've never been focused so much on it. No, Vishal, the subscription is for together, just for one. It's both of them included. We're not restricted to trading just the indices. We trade based on opportunity. If the opportunity is in the stocks, we trade stocks. If the opportunity is in indices, we just trade indices. And if the volatility is so high and then it doesn't allow you to have a night's stock trade, we stick to the indice. And if you have a lovely setup being, lured you into the, the stock, we trade stock. It's like that. So that's the reason why it's just one subscription for. It's just one thing for everything actually. So one common monthly subscription for everything. Any other questions? The subscription is about 10,999 per month, 10,999. We used to have weekly ones before, but now we have more structurally set it for the monthly now. So it's monthly 10,299, 11,000. Goodbye. Anything else? Any questions? Govind?
No, sir.
All good. Mahesh? Nataraj? Parasharji? Pradeep?
Good.
All good, all good.
All good? Okay. Vishal, Vishasvi? Yeah. But we got a clear idea now, right? Kishore Garu? Anything else? Any questions?
Questions, I'll post you, sir. అదే ఈ టైంలో చేస్తే మనం డిస్కస్ చేసినట్టు పోస్ట్ మార్టం లాగా ఉంటుంది. లైవ్ మార్కెట్ లో వచ్చినాయి ఇట్స్ చాలా డిఫరెన్స్ ఉంటాయి.
ఓకే ఓకే రైట్ షూర్ నో ప్రాబ్లం.
బికాస్ ఐ వర్క్ విత్ దీస్ లెవెల్స్ రైట్. సో చాలా క్లోజ్ గా అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తుంటా కదా. సో ఐ గెట్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ క్వశ్చన్స్.
Okay, your questions will be my knowledge base build up. Sure, we'll do that. All right, guys, I think if you have nothing more, that's all I have set forth for the agenda today. And I once again thank you for your time on a holiday, extending this for about 2 hours of your time into this. If you have nothing more, thanks once again for your time. I look forward to connecting back. So those who joined today, I think a few names, Vishal, Ganesh, Anusha, and those guys who joined specifically for this community. If you have any questions, Navneet, you have my coordinates, Prasanna. So get in touch, and if you have any questions, just let me know. So we'll walk you through. Right? Thanks a lot. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Srikanth, hope to join soon.